Good day, my amiable viewers. You are welcome to another interesting session on your favorite platform on YouTube, Literature 247, where we discuss literature text. This class is about the JAMB 2025 approved text titled Lekki Headmaster. Lekki Headmaster is written by Kabir Alabi Garba. Earlier on this platform, I've discussed the plot summary of this novel as well as chapters 1 to 6. So if you need a link to those videos, just make your request through the comment section and it will be sent to you. Let me also tell you that all these videos are linked together. Just make sure you watch one to the end. The next video pops up automatically. Let's go into the classroom. So this is chapter 7 of Lekki Headmaster. In the last chapter, chapter 6, we discussed how Mr. Ayesoro was sacked from Stardom schools because of a report from a parent which has to do with a wrong expression. But at the end of the day, Mr. Ayesoro was re-employed when it was discovered that the expression was correct. Now let's see what happens here. This chapter is titled Ritualist. Now at the end of this video, I have about 25 likely JAMB questions drawn from this chapter. So just make sure you watch this video to the end. Beppo recalls joining Stardom schools after a disagreement that he had at his former school, Bisway Group of School, located on the outskirts of Lagos. He tried to correct the grammatical error in the name. So this is making reference to Mr. Beppo's former school, that is Bisway Group of School. As the senior English teacher in the school, he pointed out that the school had to be called Bisway Group of Schools and not Bisway Group of School. The director, Mr. Egimeko, thanked him mockingly, knowing fully well that he would not change the name. He claims that the name was divinely inspired and no one was complaining about the name, and the students are performing well in external examination. While trying to convince Beppo, the director commits some grammatical errors. The former corrects him that Englisher, as referred to him, is correct, that it refers to a person who translates from a foreign language to English. But he overlooks talkless instead of saying let alone. That is, Mr. Egi said talkless in one of his expressions instead of saying let alone, but Mr. Beppo overlooked it. Beppo tried to raise this issue countless times, but to no avail. Eventually, her parents raised the same issue at one of the PTA meetings and was supported by some parents. The director believed that it is the handiwork of Beppo. The director calls him to his office and accuses him of telling the parents about the error in the school's name. Beppo argues that he had done no such thing. He even swore, touching the crucifix hanging on his neck as he normally does. The director is not convinced and tells him to choose between his job and criticizing the school. So the man is adamant on changing the name of the school or making correction to the error in the name of the school. Beppo eventually leaves the school after an incident that he considered to be ungodly occurs. What incident? Let's read further. Though he's not a regular church goer, but believe he is close to God. Seri, his wife used to force him to attend church services while in Nigeria. She convinced him to join a Pentecostal Truth Tellers mission because Beppo was a member of Catholic Church. After the woman traveled to the UK, Beppo returned to his church. One night, around 2:30 a.m., while in his room at Bisway staff quarters, he noticed something strange going on far in the distance. He discovered a group of 5 men. One of them was holding a cow by a leash. 2 men emerged from a pit and were leading the cow into the pit. Immediately, Beppo grabbed his machete and headed out towards the men. He soon discovered that the director was among the group. Beppo protested that they should not be burying a cow while the director warned him to go away. When he did not listen, one of the men hit him on the head from behind, and Beppo fell on his back. Before his accomplice can do some damage, the director quickly pacifies them and asks Beppo back up. He takes Beppo back to his room before he continues to complete his rituals. Beppo was shocked by the entire ordeal. He had heard tales of rituals carried out by school owners and patrons of other businesses. He recalled when he started Fruitful Future School with his colleague. Beppo introduced a trick he learned at the school he served in Warri, Delta State. The students were told to teach their parents at home what they learned in the school. This gave the parents more confidence about the performance of the school. Hence, the enrollment increased, that is, the enrollment of the school. The school he had built was flourishing for a while as the number of pupils had grown to over 70 in the 3rd session. One day, one of the parents, Mr. Ogo, walks into his office to suggest that he performed a rite that would supernaturally flood the school with pupils in no time. The man told him to sprinkle a few grains of corn at corners of the school. He said it would cost him just 35,000 naira only. Beppo believed that the school would be great without rituals, with experienced and educated teachers and welfare packages for the teachers. He cited an example of a school, Heroes Haven, which gives a 2-bedroom apartment to the teachers who spend up to 15 years in the school. Beppo chooses not to do this, and Mr. Ogo withdrew his child from the school afterwards. Soon, the school shut down after its neighborhood was deserted by those who could afford the school fees because its road became bad due to neglect from government. 10 years later, Beppo was watching the news about Mr. Ogo. He discovered that Mr. Ogo murdered a civil servant, a woman who had consulted him for a spiritual solution to her infertility after married for 7 years. She had paid him 9 million naira over a year and nothing happened. That is the woman. The woman asked for a refund and threatened to arrest him if he did not pay up. Eventually, he murdered her after inviting her to his home. He drugged the woman and invited her onto a chair placed on top of a pit. When the woman fell into the pit, 2 accomplices appeared with clubs in their hand and hit her with it. She was still breathing when they buried her in the pit. That the woman was still breathing when they buried her in the pit. Beppo thought of reporting the B-Way director, but he knew nothing would come out of it. The next morning, Beppo got a call from the director to see him in his office. Before he went to the director's office, he moved his belongings out of his room and the staff room. The director apologized for the assault he suffered and claimed that the sin of the previous night was part of a special prayer for his late father, who had given him the land on which the school was built. So that was the review of chapter 7 of Lekki Headmaster. So as I told you, I have likely JAMB questions, 25 likely JAMB questions here. These questions are drawn from this chapter. So we have answers to these questions on this chapter. Question 1. What is the name of Bekpo's former school where he worked? That is before coming to the start of schools. What is the name of Bekpo's former school where he worked? 2. What was the error Bekpo pointed out about his former school? What was the error Bekpo pointed out about his former school? 3. What is the director of Bisway Group of School? Who is the director of Bisway Group of School? Sorry for that. Who is the director? That's supposed to be who. Who is the director of Bisway Group of School? 4. What was the main reason why Bisway Group of School director would not change the name? What was the main reason why Bisway Group of School director would not change the name? That is, according to the director. What is the main reason the director stated that he would not want to change the name of the school? 5. What is the meaning of Englisher? What is the meaning of Englisher? You can remember it's Mr. Bekpo that explained this. 6. What is the correct word to use in place of talkless? What is the correct word to use in place of talkless? 7. Why did the director of Bisway invite Bekpo to his office? Why did the director of Bisway invite Bekpo to his office? 8. How did Bekpo respond to the allegation of the director? How did Bekpo respond to the allegation of the director? That is, after he's invited to the office, that the man told him that he was the one that informed a parent about the error in the name of the school. How did they respond? Question 9. Why did Bekpo eventually leave the school? Why did Bekpo eventually leave the school? 10. What church did Bekpo originally attend? What church did Bekpo originally attend? Question 11. What time did Bekpo notice that something strange was going on with the Bisway staff quarters? What time did Bekpo notice that something strange was going on within the Bisway staff quarters? Sorry about that. What time did Bekpo notice that something strange was going on within the Bisway staff quarters? That's talking about the ritual that is taking place there. Question 12. How many people were involved in the rituals? How many people were involved in the rituals? Question 13. Who did Bekpo recognize among the ritualists? Who did Bekpo recognize among the ritualists? Question 14. What happened to Bekpo when he protested that they should not bury the cow? What happened to Bekpo when he protested that they should not bury the cow? Question 15. Who came to the rescue of Bekpo when attacked by one of the rituals? Who came to the rescue of Bekpo when attacked by one of the rituals? Question 16. What is the name of the school established by Bekpo with his colleague? What is the name of the school established by Bekpo with his colleague? 17. Where did Bekpo carry out his youth service? NYSC. Where did Bekpo carry out his youth service? NYSC. Question 18. What trick did Bekpo introduce to his established school that increased the school enrollment? What trick did Bekpo introduce to his established school that increased the school enrollment? The school enrollment was increased when he introduced that trick. What trick did he introduce? Question 19. Who is Mr. Ogo? Who is Mr. Ogo? Question 20. How much will the sacrifice cost Bekpo according to Mr. Ogo? How much will the sacrifice cost Bekpo according to Mr. Ogo? Question 21. What led to the closing down of Bekpo's established school? What led to the closing down of Bekpo's established school? 22. What is the name of the school that gives a 2-bedroom apartment to the teachers? What is the name of the school that gives a 2-bedroom apartment to the teachers? Question 23. When did people discover that Mr. Ogo murdered a civil servant? When did people discover that Mr. Ogo murdered a civil servant? Question 24. How much did the victim pay Mr. Ogo? How much did the victim pay Mr. Ogo, that is the civil servant? The last question, question 25. What did the director eventually tell Mr. Beppo about the ritual carried out? What did the director eventually tell Mr. Beppo about the ritual carried out? So those are the questions. You can still go over the video again so that you can be able to get answers to these questions. Please, if you are new on this platform, try and click on the subscribe button and the bell icon so that whenever any video is produced, you are going to be notified. Like this video, you are free to share it on any social media platform. Invite your friends and colleagues to join us. If you have any question or comments, just send it to the comment section. It will be attended to. Thank you and God bless. Let's meet in the next chapter.